Hey team! I'm Dicky.
And I'm Nicky.
Welcome to the Dicky Nicky Podcast.
Is that it? You're not going to say
Yeah,
anything
just
else?
welcome.
Welcome to the Dicky Nicky Podcast, troops. Today's episode...
I thought you were going to take over, that's why.
Alright, mate. Stop panicking. I'll do it in a bit. Right. Today's episode is all about fitness on the move with the up-and-coming issues. Sweeping
Why?
the nation.
What's going on?
I don't know if you've heard, but there's
I don't know.
there's this little thing called the coronavirus.
Oh.
But apart from that, guys, this podcast can also be used for other things, as you'll kind of find out as we delve deeper and deeper into it. So before we get started, the reason why little Dicky had a little pausey was because he was waiting for my fact of the week. And today, troops, my fact of the week is: did you know?
No.
The actual legal age?
Oh, okay.
Right, you're allowed to do that in private areas, and in the home is 5 years old.
No, it's
Now,
not.
It is. Now, pubs can refuse to
No.
sell you alcohol.
5 years old, you are
So,
having me on
if
there.
you go
I'm not
the
having
gov-
that.
If you
No.
go on the gov.uk website, it is actually...
Go on the bloody dog.
It's alcohol for young people law, right? It's 5 years old. So, if you're 5 years old and you fancy a booze, get back home. Don't steal your mum's liquor. We're not advising that.
That's what you've pretty much said, though.
Yeah, but that's the law.
All right.
You're allowed to drink at 5 years old.
Every man for himself, I suppose. Yeah.
I'm sure it's a lot younger in Holland because they don't really care, do they?
No, they come out the womb with a bloody bottle of beer.
With a bottle of pills. Yeah. So, Dicky, talk us through what's going on today, champ.
So obviously things going on in the world. It's getting a bit crazy out there.
It's a jungle.
It's a jungle. It's going into It's going into full lockdown move. And as the days go by, the home workouts and the rise of obviously training in the home and just being more flexible to what you have available to you is becoming more and more. It's a question that is on everyone's lips at the moment. I think I keep saying it to my girlfriend that during the day, my phone does just not shut up at the moment. It is just constantly going of people like, what can I do? What can I do? That's why we thought we provide obviously this podcast.
Podcast.
Yeah, the podcast.
It's a fishy little affair.
Yeah. The podcast just to help you guys and give you something that's nice and accessible, something that you can just listen to, throw on the YouTube and just sort of take some information from that. So we're going to be running through things to sort of do that you can do on the move, things you can do in your own home, ways you can adapt what you can be using around your home, using in a hotel room, the best things probably out there that you can buy in terms of accessibility. And then we're going to run through some training methods, some things that can keep it fun in home. So obviously you can be very boring and just be like one exercise, bang, 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 after the other. But very quickly, you're not going to be doing that for very long. You'll probably do 3-4 days and then get very bored and then you'll just start falling off the wagon. So it's about putting a process in place that's going to allow you to keep it exciting. It needs to be fun, keeping it fun.
You need to enjoy it. The biggest thing with fitness and stuff like that, I tell all my clients this and I stress it. One of the most important things is that you enjoy it.
Yeah, 100%.
You sat there thinking, shut up, Nick. No one enjoys fitness. Well, let me assure you, they do. But the biggest thing
it's my middle name.
Yeah, the biggest thing is everyone has a particular exercise or a particular workout that they enjoy doing. And it's all about finding what works for you, what you enjoy, because then you're able to push yourself a little bit further.
Yeah, correct.
Now, I have a particular set of workouts. And
I have a particular set of skills.
I have a particular set of workouts. And if I go into the gym and I'm just feeling a bit deflated or I feel like I just can't be asked with training what I've got planned to train, then I'll go back to one of these workouts that I really enjoy doing. And I know that I can just put my earphones in and just blast it out. I've got a good session. I've possibly trained the whole of my body because that's generally the ones that I really enjoy doing. And I know I've got a real good heart and lung workout out of it as well. So
a lung bleeder.
A lung bleeder. Now, this podcast isn't just because the coronavirus has come up. We did actually have this planned in as one of the things that we wanted to speak to you guys
Yeah, we're
about.
just bringing it out earlier than we would have.
Yeah, but with the obvious pressing matters coming up, we've bumped it up in the food chain a little bit. So it is about being able to do home workouts.
Yep.
But also, it's about doing fitness on the move.
Fitness on the move.
Which kind of brings us into our first topic, what causes people to have to train on the move. Now, it could be because of your job. You're just jumping all over the gaff. Yeah, you're a bit of a jet setter. Maybe you work in the travel industry. Maybe you've got a job where you have to travel for meetings quite a lot. You've got business in other countries. Maybe you travel around the UK quite a lot. Maybe you're locked in your house because you've got the coronavirus. Maybe you're locked in your house because, you're a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home dad and that's your kind of business. Whatever it is, whatever prevents you from getting to a gym and setting a normal routine, that's what we're going to talk to you about today.
Yeah.
So it's all about helping you get through and get these gym workouts and make you fitter, stronger, healthier in every way without having an excuse of, well, I'm traveling for work.
My gym.
I stay at home with the kids.
Or at the moment, my gym's shut.
Yeah, or the gym shut, which in the next, with the current level of uncertainty that we have at the moment, Alex and I certainly feel it. We're sure you guys certainly feel it. And if the gym closes, what are you going to do? What are we going to do? Do you know what I mean? And that's what this podcast is about. It's just bringing you a few ideas to take into your home, interpret them how you will, and play around with them. Again, fitness is fun, troops.
F for F.
F for F. Right, so all we're going to talk to you about now is what exercises are good to do when you're travelling, when you're in the home. What are the best type of exercises and what kind of things you can use around the home, what kind of things you can use around a hotel room, and also what things you might want to purchase, whether you're travelling or whether you've got a little space at home that you can keep things. So, what do you think are good exercises to do, little Dicky? You can talk now.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah. I actually thought you were going to carry on saying something then. In terms of a body weight kind of basis, I think when it goes to a home workout, it's going to be difficult to focus more on the strength side of things. So I would always turn towards that high intensity and that way of just sort of constantly primarily using a lot of the muscles in the body. So not necessarily trying to focus too much and doing back exercises or arm exercises and just move quick and just get that heart rate pumping. So when you look at body weight things, it's just being as explosive as possible. So you've got a king of all exercises is a burpee. Like no matter what you're doing, just throw a burpee into anything. If you could literally do a burpee workout and it would ruin your life.
Do 100 burpees.
Yeah.
Right? Break them up into sets of however many you feel you can do, and I guarantee that you will be pissing with sweat.
Yeah.
Provided it's not one burpee a minute one burpee an hour throughout the day. Right?
Imagine death by burpees.
Oh,
we need to do that. Idea.
Yeah, I do slightly disagree with you on the strength thing.
Okay.
I slightly disagree with you because if you employ training techniques like time under tension and using things like quarter squats and maybe even filling a bag like we're going to talk about.
I know what you mean. But what I'm thinking is like you can't do a 100 odd kilo squat, can you?
No, but you can use your body against itself and still maintain or not lose as much strength in the sense of, do you know what I mean? Like
that you'll be in a position where you won't be able to lose strength.
Yeah, so like doing a press up with like a 5-second positive or something like that and a 5-second negative, that would burn your muscles out.
Yeah, of course it would.
And it's obviously strength based as well. Do you know what I mean? Because you're keeping the muscles.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
So I think what you can do is you can kind of maintain what you have, and what you can't do is what Alex is saying is bench 100 kilos in your hotel room, unless you got a really really heavy bed.
Just get underneath the bed.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Or if you're really fancy, you've got one of them big Shay Longs in your hotel room. Yeah, and you can probably riddle yourself under that and start pressing away. Yeah. But burpees, fantastic exercise. A burpee should be a staple for every home workout. I think. I know what you're probably thinking though. Shut up, Nick. But no, be serious. Yeah. What else do you think, Lexi?
But it goes. We said it in the last podcast about when we were talking about all these mystical exercises, and then we broke it back down and we said, look, the fundamentals work. The basics should always still be at the forefront. So a barbell squat, a bench press, a deadlift. So you still got to think that even in body weight parameters. So you should still be doing press ups, as you said.
Yeah.
Still trying to be doing squats. Still be doing lunges. Yeah. Things that you don't have to suddenly like just make it ridiculous and do a backflip with a squat. Just do an air squat, and if you're doing enough repetitions, or as you said, you break it down in terms of tempo and you really focus on time and attention, you're gonna seriously fatigue the muscle. It's not necessary. You don't have to just be going like with a. You don't have to look at body weight and be like, well, it's not going to do anything. It's like it can be such an effective form of training, and that's why when we look at our style of training, like we manipulate so much body weight into our training routine and how we do it. And like even when I'll do an upper body day, leg day, I'm still doing so much like body weight movements like prisoner squats and push-ups or pull-ups. You might not be able to do a pull-up at home, but you might have a bar, or you might have something that you can put around your door frame to be able to do pull-ups. But it's the functional side of it. If you to me, one of the sort of like biggest components, I would say, of functionality that you can take into everyday life is how in control are you of your own body. So that's why you look at all these people that do crazy stuff in the rig, like all that scalise, all that scalise. Yeah, I couldn't say that then.
I got you.
But you look at them and how in control they are of their body weight. It's like they take that into the outside world and they must like never ever get injured, like ever, because their body is just so pliable,
so adaptable to every
and it's
form
their own weight. So there's never going to be a time that they'll get injured because their body is so capable of dealing with its own weight and being able to push and pull and squat and do anything with its body weight and that core strength and stability. So I've kind of like gone on a bit of a tangent, but like the body weight side.
You're 100% right.
Yeah.
In what you say, and being able to control your own body weight, even something as simple as a pull-up, you know.
Yeah.
There's not many people that can do pull-ups.
Yeah. That make it just like you see these people on make it look like they're butter, but there's not actually many people that can do that.
Yeah, and to actually control your own body weight, you know, the pull-up is the master of that.
Yeah.
You know, to be able to pull your own body weight up and then release it back down and then under control, pull it back up and back down. That is about as master as it gets in terms of body weight. But if you are stuck at home or if you are on the move, body weight exercises, that's what the majority of your workouts are going to be.
Yeah.
Now we are going to mention a few things like household items that you can use, hotel items that you can use, things that you can buy for the home that will aid your training. Yeah. However, just stick to the basics.
Yeah.
Go online, go on Google, type in body weight exercises, and I'll bet you get 1,000 things pop up. Yeah.
Or you could just go on my Instagram profile. There's loads on there.
Yeah, little Dicky's got quite a lot of home workouts to do and stuff like that. He's actually done a little thing on his Instagram just about an hour and a half ago where you announced that you're going to start doing more.
Yeah. And I went through my old Instagram. I must have had about 15, 20 routines that I didn't even realise I had. I just went through all my Instagram posts and just found anything that people could probably do in their own home. And that's probably, I could probably say, you know what, team, I'm shutting up shop. I don't need to create content for the next 2 weeks. You got it.
Yeah. Even though he won't.
Oh, no, I will.
Little Dicky's an Instagram whore. But so body weight exercises are key and they're vital. Again, like little Dicky just said, it's important to be able to control your own body. Things that you can throw in there that we could name off the top of our heads: a squat, massive movement. Learn how to squat. Really understand
the amount of different squats you can do body weight.
Yeah, narrow squats, wide squats,
jump squats, prisoner squats, air squats, knee jumps. Yeah, just anything.
Yeah, so the squat can be bastardised into a million
big word. Bastardised.
I think that's a bit of a military term.
Bastard.
Oh, bloody bastard. But you can turn that into, there you've got a whole squat workout ready to go.
Yeah, done. Leg day.
Lunges. Massive,
Same again.
Massive functional movement.
Yeah.
Real big functional movement.
And think in terms of planes of movement, you've got like frontal, sagittal,
or lateral.
A lunge can be any
direction,
any range of movement.
And again, there's about a million different variations.
Yeah.
So throw them in there. Again, you might be thinking, this is all lower body. Nick, what do I do for upper body? Get your press ups done. If you can't do very good press ups, or you're struggling with press ups, now's the time to work on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So press ups is massive. Press ups, there's about a million different variants of press ups.
Yeah.
You've got the crocodile walk, you've got bear crawl.
Yeah.
You've got the skull press up, which works a lot more shoulder, where you get your hips up over your head and you're pressing down.
Just in terms of hand, you've got so many different places you can put your hands position just to progress and regress a press up as easy as that. And do it if you're struggling. Do it on a wall. Work down the wall. Do it on a bed. Do it on a step. Do it. Just slowly work towards the floor and then go back up the other way. So then you're just slowly coming up the wall and then you're doing a shoulder press up.
If you want to regress it as well, take it to your knees.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. That's the easiest way.
Take it to your knees, but it's important that you do keep your body straight in the movement. I'm not going to get on the table now and show you how to do a press up. Just YouTube has a million videos on how to press up, right? Just check them out.
I've probably got a tutorial for that.
My man's full of the plugs today. Plug.
I reckon I got a few more in me as well.
Core is massive.
Yeah.
For me, training, I think, and all my clients, I think core is the most underestimated body part exercise, or most undertrained body part in everything that I've ever seen. You ask people what their core routine is, it's like, I've just done 10 crunches.
But you've nailed it on the head. Like, as you said, it's core, whereas so many people do abs.
Yeah.
And they'll just work abdominals, and it's like, what about every other muscle that's associated with your trunk, and your core? You're not going to get core strength and stability by, as you said, doing a crunch. Like, I've just done 100 crunches. Oh, nice, mate. You've just probably broken your lumbar.
You flipping idiot! What are you doing? But core is so undertrained. And if you think about it, your core connects your upper body to your lower body. A lot of people that suffer with bad back issues because they have a weak core.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest causes, and yet people don't realise this. If you struggle in your squat, or if you struggle in any kind of movement, generally it's related to your core. If you strengthen your core, you strengthen your whole body.
Yeah.
And the kind of resilience you have to these exercises.
But it's like when people do a deadlift and their lumbar might like pop out. That could be because the back isn't strong enough to be tight enough.
Because the core's not stable. When you see people squatting with belts, you think, well, okay, that. I mean, if you go for a really, really big lift, I understand. But if you've got a belt on and you're doing, 4 sets of 10, why have you got a belt on?
Yeah, you don't need
why have you got the belt on? Your core should be strong enough to support you in that.
To be fair, to throw myself on a bridge. Under a bridge.
Yeah. You got all the crackers.
It pains me to say this. I generally used to be that guy that would like put a belt on and do bicep curls.
Yeah, because you want to look the part. Yeah.
I like generally.
All the gear and no idea.
Generally, mate. When I used to just be fully into like bodybuilding, and I used to wear my belt my whole session because I was like, it will make my waist like smaller, and then
question.
Here we go.
Did you used to have like your little water belt on a tap?
No, I wasn't.
Did you have your wrist straps hanging out your pocket, or did you put your wrist straps on as well?
No, they were just
going around like one of them bro lifters. Like
they were just always on. They were just always on.
Were you training legs? Okay, how come you got your wrist straps on? Just looks the bottom.
Yeah, I'm just when I'm squatting.
I'm just fucking hard as nails, mate. That's why.
I've even, Julian Smith was like how he went through a transformation where he talked about his neck transformation, and he was doing like neck extensions and stuff like that with weight plates.
Yeah.
I've been that guy. I've done that in the gym off the back of a bench, got a weight plate on my head and been curling plates. And
I just thought fighters did that, to stop when they get punched, to stop the head flinching back as much.
Well, it did nothing for me, did it, when I got my jaw broken?
Chat shit, get banged.
The problem is I didn't even chat shit. I just got banned.
I've heard this story. It was a tragic one.
Yeah. What we talk? Yeah. So I just used to be that idiot with a belt. But going back to that point, I hate now when you see people just walking around the gym with their belt on, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
Let's just again, it's that point. Like, let's just really just not use my core whatsoever. And
so we digress a little bit, talking about belts and straps. don't be that guy, right? You might think you look cool. You don't.
You don't.
You don't look cool, right?
No.
So core is massive. List. A great way to do it is just to list. Get a pen and paper. Get a spreadsheet. Yeah, and write down 3 lists. Yeah, upper body, core, lower body. Yeah, and list all the body weight exercises you can do.
Yeah.
You can do. You do. Sound like Scooby-Doo. That you can do for those 3 particular parts.
Yeah.
If you want to get a little bit more intricate, actually list your muscle parts. So, chest, shoulders.
Yeah. And then you can. What about ears?
Yeah. So just basics: upper body, core, lower body.
Yeah. So that's it. But just because I know I'll forget about it if I don't say. Something I used to do in terms of, say, if I program my own body weight thing like at home, and the way I do structure a lot of the things I do, and even what aspects I would use in classes, the way I would sort of structure the exercise selection I was using in classes is, as you said, you do I do upper, lower, core, full body pulse raiser, and then 5 exercises. That's done, and literally then it's just repeat. So like, say for a circuit class, I'd be like, right, those 5 and then another 5, and then that was pretty much your circuit done. And that's the same that I take into home. So you go, all right, 5 rounds of an upper, lower, core, pulse raiser, full body, bang, done, and you'll be gassed no matter what you might have done. And then the next time you just do it for longer.
So I've actually got a list on my computer, right? And I've been collecting this list for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
It's just a spreadsheet of
every exercise.
Of gym exercises. No, I've got 2 spreadsheets. I've got a bodyweight one and a weighted one, listing each muscle group. And I've been doing this for about 4 or 5 years. And if I see a PT or if I see someone in the gym doing an exercise that I really like that I've never thought of before, I just write it down.
Yeah, it's
and
good
I put it in my list. It helps me plan classes, because if I've got a class coming up, I'll just pull a list of exercises off there. It helps with planning clients' training
like
sessions.
programming, yeah.
Yeah, so if I've got a client that wants to work on a particular body part, I'll look at the kind of,
Yeah, it's easy. It does make it easy.
Bible, as it were, and I can just go to each particular body part. So, I even do it sometimes if I'm bored at home or if I'm sat in front of my laptop, I'll just Google exercises
and start adding things on, yeah.
And look for things that I've not seen before. However, what I don't do is put mystical exercises in there.
Oh, do you not? I've got a little section called mystery exercises.
Right. So I would not be doing a handstand, right, with kettlebells on my feet. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Upside down knee raises.
Oh, I would do that.
That is not in there because it is a mystical exercise.
Oh.
Reference episode 5. Yeah. Oh no. So guys, exercises, you want body weight, yeah? Always look to throw a few body weights in there.
Yeah.
Things that you can use around the home.
But a big one I've been seeing, and I'm a big advocate of this, is using a table, say for rows. So you come underneath it and use that as a row.
I've never thought
it's clever that, isn't it? I never thought about that.
Well, do you know one that I actually thought of while we've just been sitting here?
Yeah.
So a lot of people struggle with pull-ups. And if you don't have a pull-up bar at home or you don't have something to suspend off, is actually going underneath the table and pulling yourself up on the end of the table.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's what I mean.
You mean actually moving the table?
Oh, you could do that. You could do that. You could do a seated row like that. No, I mean like that. Yeah, coming underneath the table.
So that's like a regressed kind of pull-up.
Yeah. Or I've seen people saying manipulating a pullover. So you lie on the floor with a towel and you pull the towel out. But I don't know. I feel like that would be more like an ab roll out. But it kind of
Yeah, that is an ab roll out. Well, the biggest thing that I've learned in training, possibly in terms of weightlifting and bodybuilding, the biggest thing that I've ever learned is mind-muscle connectivity. And you might think that it's quite a simple thing. Yeah, I know, you think with the muscle you lift it. But it is so effective in your training. For example, I had a client this morning, right? And she struggles to engage her hamstrings and her glutes.
Yeah.
And the reason why she struggles to engage her hamstrings and her glutes is because she doesn't think with it. She also pushes a lot through her toes. which are going to engage your quads. So do you know what I did this morning? She was doing single leg thrusts, right? And on the foot that was down on the floor, I was holding her toes, just so she knew that I was holding her toes, and it was making her engage her heel, push through the heel and drive through the hamstring and glute. And at the end of the exercise, she's like, do you know what? That
was my hamstrings.
Yeah, and I can really feel it. So if you think with a muscle group, you will work it.
Yeah. I think that's amazing how you can. I can't even think of something off the top of my head.
Recruit muscles just by thinking.
Yeah, like you can do an exercise that's for one muscle group, but you can actually, by thinking of a different one, you can engage that other one.
However, troops, you can't just lie in bed and think big chest, big chest. Yeah,
because I do that. I do that all the time, but it just doesn't work.
We're talking about actually engaging your muscles while you're actively using them. Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
But household items you can use: chairs, tables.
Dips.
Sorry.
Dips, like dips, press ups. Use it as step ups.
Step ups.
The list goes on.
A small child. Only joking.
So you could put books in a bag, make it heavy.
Books in a bag.
Use it for squats, throw it on your back.
If you're a woman, use your handbag. If you're a guy, steal your girlfriend.
But to be honest, you probably wouldn't need to fill your handbag up because it'd be heavy enough anyway.
Yeah, or get a rucksack, or you can use any type of bag. Load it with not toilet rolls in this modern era. Right? You can't use toilet rolls for anything. You can't even find them these days.
No. We've got the one sheet does a plenty rule in my house.
I was going to say something ridiculous then, and I'll just stop.
Jenny, Sarah said to me yesterday, she went, "Can we have a little bit of a rule going forward?" And I was like, "Come on, what is it?" She was like, "That when you do a poo, you limit the amount of toilet paper you use because."
Oh man, are you a hand roller or are you a sheet folder?
No, just pack it together and get on with it.
Just scrunch it
Yeah, get on with it.
Oh no!
And then probably fold it like once.
I'm a folder man.
Just a proper
I have to have
eco-friendly toilet warrior.
Yeah. So generally, I'll pick up anywhere between 4 and 6 sheets, and I'll just fold them perfectly so they sit right,
and then so you only ever use like a 6-sheeter. Oh no, I'm horrendous. Keep pulling it, keep using it, keep pulling it, keep using it.
Obviously I want more than that. So once it's dirty,
I get what you mean, but you keep folding.
Yeah.
Oh, that's clever. That I like that. I might start using that, especially now we're going into quarantine and toilet paper is like gold.
Anyway, enough toilet chat, right?
Yeah. What we're talking about?
This chat's a bit shit.
Another thing, broomstick.
Broomstick, yeah.
Broomstick, you can fly into battle, jump off the balcony with it.
If you're rich, you can find it.
Yeah, exactly. Make some spells.
Well, a good one with the broomstick is we actually did a workout today where we was jumping side to side over it.
Yeah. Use it for mobility things like thoracic openers and hip stuff.
Jurassic Park, yeah.
So Sarah, I can't talk. I was trying to say. What was I trying to say? What am I trying to say?
Triceratops.
No. Triceratops. Why can I not talk? What's the thingy? T-Rex? How can I say?
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah, see what?
I'm a goddamn sexual Tyrannosaurus. What movie is that from?
I don't know. No, but the amount of times.
Who is this guy?
The amount of times we've like completely just gone off topic.
So just to summarise this little bit here, guys. Best exercise, body weight. List upper, core, lower. Get a list of exercise. Throw them around in any kind of roulette way you want. Household items, benches, chairs, stools, bags, broomsticks. If you want to get really creative, you can sellotape a few water bottles to a broomstick. Yeah. I don't think it's necessary. I really personally don't think it's necessary. However, if you are a bit bored, then go for it.
Get some snatches going.
Yeah, get some snatches going. I seen one very recently with Steve Cook.
Using a girlfriend.
Yeah, using his girlfriend to do an actual overheads with his girlfriend. But the guy isn't. To
be honest, I'm not going to say it here because it goes live.
Yeah.
But I've got a cool video with Sarah planned. It's going to be funny.
Okay.
And it might not be going on the internet.
Okay.
I wish.
Is that for your OnlyFans page?
No, because if Sarah's in it, they wouldn't get. Not as many of the gays would be on that, would they?
So Alex actually has a fan club within the gym. He has, within the male community. He's somewhat of an icon.
Basically,
can we even say icon?
If I went into the showers, my arse would get handed to me.
Yeah.
That's what he's trying to say.
Right, guys, things that you... Moving swiftly on.
It's the way he's just gone. Right, guys.
Yeah, things that you could buy. For me, a massive one is if you really want to invest a bit of money into it, doesn't take up much space, and can be utilised into pretty much anything, is a kettlebell.
Kettlebell. Bag. Did you realise how expensive they are, though?
Yeah.
I went
Have you seen them gorilla head ones?
Oh, they're sick though, aren't they? Like, have you seen the Darth Vader ones?
No, I'm not.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm not really a Star Wars
Oh, right. Well, our friendship has just died.
fan. Yeah, you don't even know Predator quotes. Get away from me.
Okay, yeah, no, fair enough. All right, well, now we're even.
Sure.
What was I going to say? Yeah, 20... I wanted to buy a kettlebell yesterday. 20 kilo kettlebell. Yeah. 120 quid.
Flipping heck.
Yeah.
Well,
Or you want to buy one of those shocking plastic ones that looks like you just bought it from a kid's market.
Yeah, but if you've got the money to invest, guys, and you do want to buy a bit of kit, I'd say
kettlebell.
I'd say that is pretty good.
Yeah.
For me, skipping rope. Skipping
yeah,
ropes,
I'll be taking mine home.
Yeah, skipping ropes are an absolute fantastic bit of kit. I love skipping. J'adore le skip. Yeah, right.
I'm having flashbacks of my French oral now.
J'adore
le foot.
I think it's absolutely probably one of the best bits of cardio kit you can get.
Yeah.
In terms of getting your heart rate up, in terms of how much you move, rotation, in terms of the whole body getting worked.
Also, if
I
any
don't know this, but I love skipping ropes.
If any of you out there are like, oh, my calves are so small, just get skipping, man.
Yeah, get skipping.
Jeez.
Yeah. So
I was going to. If you've got the facilities in your home, i.e., you've got like a
facilities.
Yeah, I like that, didn't you? Like a strong beam or something that you can tie something round. A TRX would be phenomenal as well. The amount of exercise you can do on a TRX.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
But you obviously need you need a beam in your house that you can put stuff onto. Like, where can you tie it?
I've seen those TRXs that you can put through the door.
You can get
the door, but then your anchor points then obviously limited.
Yeah.
Because with the TRX, the way
you need it high.
The way it works is when your feet are in the centre, that's like a neutral position. When your feet are back, then that's obviously an assisted position. When your feet are forward, you're then in a position of stress.
I bought
or further stress.
You know the bands that are like the tube ones with the handles on.
Bands.
They've got
But a set of bands. You can do 100%. A lot with a set of bands. Bicep curls, chest presses off the ground.
You just manipulate it for a weight in the gym.
Actually, hang on one.
Okay, here he goes. You better be quick here because where's he going?
Get him one of these.
Get him one of these. Flip him, pop it, brother.
All you do is you hook it under, pull-ups, bicep curls, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Close grip pull-ups, and anything you want to do with that. If a goal of yours is to do a pull-up, now's the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And for those of you listening on the podcast, I've got a
pull-up bar.
Yeah, a pull-up bar that hooks onto your door frame. Fairly cheap, £10 to £15.
To be honest as well, when I first came round here and I saw that, I was like, I do not trust that. And then Nick jumped on it, and I was like, okay, well, that's mine.
You got this 95 kilo chassis hanging from it. Easy, boy.
And then it was fine. But yeah, you can get a good thing with resistance bands is you can. That's what I said. The good thin ones with the tube, it comes with a little thing that you put round, and it's got like a bit of fabric that sticks out the back of it. So then what you can do is literally put it through the door frame. You close the door, and it's not going to pull the door off its hinges, but it's then locks into the door, so you can use it for face pulls and you pull down. Yeah, and manipulate it as if it's a cable in the gym. It's nuts. So my old gym didn't have cables, so I used to manipulate everything with bands. Yeah. So I was telling one of my clients this morning, because he's got a beam in his house, so I told him to get a TRX and things, but getting a band and you get a towel, and you manipulate that as a rope. You can manipulate. So you're doing like a tricep extension. You've just then got it's like an easier range of motion.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you're using a towel as a handle.
Yeah.
Getting the band up nice and high, and then you push it. Oh,
like straight arm pulls, face pulls, rows, pull downs. That's what I used to do with my clients in my old gym, as if it was cables.
Really, really good.
And same, you can put your broomstick through it. So put your broomstick through your pole. You've now got a lat pull down. You've now got a straight row. You've now got a deadlift. You've now got all these amazing ideas. It's
that's actually a really, really
get
good
creative.
Idea. Well, do you know what? In our workout today, we did banded deadlifts where
Yeah,
you
I did.
stand on the band
And just pull it.
Just deadlift it up and down. There's a great exercise. I tell you what, actually, I think bands would probably be
the king,
the number one thing that I would purchase. If
I'm actually going to do that.
If I had to purchase one thing to take into the home after a skipping rope, obviously.
Yeah, after skipping.
Because I don't know if you know this, I love skipping rope.
There was a rumor once where I heard that Nick liked skipping rope.
Well, it's correct.
And then I went in the gym once at like 3 a.m. and Nick was just skipping. I was like, "What the bloody hell is he doing in there?"
So yeah, bands are. Sorry, Alex, to do it again. Bands are a fantastic bit of kit and probably be our most advised thing to get. Again, if you can afford it, kettlebells, perfect.
Dumbbells.
Yeah.
In terms, so the biggest thing as well, like I've
had a kettlebell. Do you need a dumbbell?
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
Is it?
There's things you can't do with a kettlebell that you can with a dumbbell. Devil's press, like doing a burpee press, it's things like, I think, because you might have one kettlebell, but then you can get 2 dumbbells, which is a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
So it's, if you say can't afford a kettlebell, it's easy to then grab 2 dumbbells. Yeah. But the things people have been asking me at the moment is, what weight do I get? And my attitude is kind of get something in the middle. So women, probably like around about a 10 kilo. Men, 15, 17 and a half kind of range. Because you can do enough compound stuff with repetition and time and attention that's you're gonna be able to get a benefit from it. But then you flip it up and you've still got one dumbbell you can use to do your isolations. Yeah. Whereas if you go too light that you want to say do lateral raises with, when you do a squat with it, you'll be like, well, this... Yeah. Like I may as well just do it body weight, and then you've just wasted your money. You may as well spend a little bit more and get a heavier dumbbell.
Get that heavier dumbbell to then work you a little bit harder.
Yeah.
And obviously, once you then get strong enough to do, more reps with this dumbbell, you've become stronger and you've progressed.
Yeah. Correct.
And so you're using that dumbbell as progressive overload, which then takes you a step further in your own training.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think now you've got all the aspects of what you can be using, ideas of exercises. It's now we want to talk about, as we said at the start, at the end of the day, it's fun. It's got to keep things fresh, and you might be now looking at your band, kettlebell, dumbbell on the floor in your living room and going,
exercises.
You've done a week of it and you've gone, what?
Shit in the bed.
This is boring. What else can I do now? And then it's all now about these different types of training methods that we're going to run through, and we'll just quickly sort of touch on each one to just spark some ideas in your head, spark some creativity that you can then take to just use for yourself.
Just one before we get going. We're obviously going to mention a few. We're not going to cover every kind of effective method of training because we just don't have enough time to do that.
We'd probably be about 64 by the time we finish that.
Yeah, but if you do want effective methods of training, just Google effective methods of training or training styles.
It's so funny, the power of Google. I get sometimes when people ask me an Instagram message, I'm just like, mate, you could have Googled that.
You could have Googled that, yeah.
And you would have got a better answer than me just pissed off giving you a one-worder.
No, I want to talk to little Dicky. They want a bit of little Dicky interaction.
And to be fair, I never give one answers.
No, of course, he doesn't. He's such a gentleman.
Correct, yeah.
So, guys, effective methods of training. A lot of these that we're going to run through is a lot of what we actually do in terms of training ourselves.
Yep.
So, Tabata. What is Tabata? Tabata's setting rounds up, So it's rounds for time. For example, doing 20 seconds, a 20-second exercise with a 5-second break, 20-second exercise, 5-second break, and then having it set over the course of 4 or 5 rounds.
And you could do that with anything. You can have 40-20, you can have 120-80, whatever you like.
Have it as a circuit, 20 seconds this exercise, 5 seconds break, 20 seconds that exercise, 5 seconds break.
Just to get to the next exercise.
Yeah. So if you go on your phone, go on the App Store, there's lots of free Tabata.
Yeah, there is.
Lots of free Tabata and timing apps out there. And they're really, do you know what? They're so good.
Yeah, because then you can set it up, can't you?
Yeah, every single one of these methods that we're talking to you about now can be used with any single timing app.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is obviously perfect. So Tabata is just, it's kind of like a big circuit.
It's just work rest, but it's like your rest is always less than your working period.
Yeah.
And it's just about manipulating what you're doing. It doesn't necessarily have to add up to a certain figure. It's just whatever you feel like.
So kind of like a circuit based thing. Then you got EMOM, which is every minute on the minute. Go on, little Lexi, talk about EMOM.
To be honest, this is probably one of I use this all the time, and we do love a good EMOM. It's just good fun and it's intense because it's so you give yourself a certain amount of exercises. Usually you can't do obviously too many, but then
give us a good example.
Amount of reps. Hang on, wait, I'll come back to it.
Sorry.
But in terms of what an EMOM actually is, it's you complete whatever you've set out to do within the minute. And then whatever you've got left in that minute, you rest for. So then as the next minute hits, you move on. So it's things like you can, obviously, if you're, say, doing 3-4 exercises, you're going to have to choose some low rep ranges. So you could do like 2 reps on each thing, but you need to think about transitions and how quickly you can get from one to another so you're not wasting time. A big thing we for example, we did a wicked one, which was... it was 6 burpee deadlift and 6 shoulder to overhead with a bar. We were completing that. We did sustain borderline, every single time. So it meant we had 37, towards 40 seconds rest every single minute. Yeah. But obviously, the whole idea is that as you keep going, as you keep grinding, it gets harder and harder and harder. But it's a great way to build up some fitness. I've even started doing it recently, and it's been something I've wanted to do for so long, and I just haven't really put it into my training correctly. But it's I've got like a little barbell complex, which I'm obsessed with at the moment, where I do 1 deadlift, 1 power clean, 1 hang squat clean, and 1 power jerk, and 1 push jerk.
You're a jerk.
So that's 4 reps, and I do that 10-minute EMOM, but with heavy weight. But that takes me about 25 seconds. But then you're like, well, I'll do it like I did it the other day with 85.
How long does that take you?
That's what I mean. It's about 20 seconds. But you then get back to the bar and you're like, shit, I've got to start again. But my strength through that has ballooned massively.
Yeah. I can imagine when you incorporated such heavy exercises, only limiting it to 1 rep, but then moving throughout the course of your whole body. Yeah. Little rest and then you're back in, little rest and then you're back in.
Yeah, it's just cool, isn't it?
Yeah, and your fitness, you feel it.
Yeah.
Your heart and lungs are... it really gets you. But the brilliant... However, you couldn't use that particular set at home. So maybe something...
Oh, yeah! I forgot what this podcast was about.
So maybe using something like, 5 burpees, 5 dips off the back of a chair, and 5 press-ups. Do that. Or maybe lowering the reps.
Yeah, I reckon that'll be good.
Yeah, so maybe lowering the reps if you're struggling with it, or maybe changing some of the exercises. So again, if we're going to look at upper body, core, lower body, you could do dips off the back of the chair, that's your upper body covered. Yeah, core, you could do, 5 toe touches, and then your lower body, you could do, 5 squats.
Yeah.
And that will cover your upper, core, lower. Or you could just do them specifically based at upper, core, or lower. Because there's lots of different workouts you could put in there.
I think touching on them too as well, a big thing I'm obviously for as well, but it's all kind of in the same category as Metcons. So it's doing whatever you might do, but you're doing it to a certain time period. So you're basically just going as fast as possible for an allotted time or for a allotted amount of rounds, which is usually to time. So you might say like 5 rounds for time, complete this workout. You might do a 20-minute AMRAP. It's just whatever you're doing, you're just going as fast and hard as possible in a select time period, and you can then obviously manipulate that in so many ways.
Yeah, that's so Metcon and Hiit are pretty much the same.
Yeah, it's the same,
and they kind of cover all the EMOMs, all your Tabatas, and that kind of workouts. If you was to Google different type of HIIT workouts, you would have a plethora of different workouts to do. You'd have so much in there to get in. Next thing we're going to move on to is sets and reps.
Yeah.
Like you do when you go to the gym and you have a specific amount of sets, specific amount of reps. So you could do, 4 sets of 12 burpees. You could do... You okay, mate?
Yeah.
You could do, 4 sets of 12 burpees. You could do 4 sets of 12 dips off the back of the chair, 4 sets of 12 squats, and then move on to a different exercise. Maybe look at hitting your upper body one day, your core the next day, your lower body the next day, and training muscle groups like you would in the gym, but obviously with a little less equipment. So you can always use sets and reps.
It's just an easy way to. It's all about then progressive overload at home, and it's just do more sets, do more reps.
Yeah, if you're finding 12 reps easy, push it up.
Yeah.
Or, like Alex just said, time under tension. So time under tension is basically holding the rep for longer or using the tempo of the rep, coming up and coming down, making that slower. Instead of boshing them out as quickly as you can.
Boshing them out.
Maybe do like 5 seconds down, 5 seconds up, 5 seconds down, 5 seconds up. Let's see how long that lasts you. Basically now, you will fatigue very quickly. Yeah. Another one is getting out and walking, running, and benching walks.
It's a big one.
So this is something that me and Sarah did the other day. With the obvious current situation, lost a lot.
You and Sarah?
Me and Sarah. Did I say Sarah?
Yeah.
Sugar. I meant Katie. Right. Are you okay, mate?
I was just making sure the cameras are still going.
Okay. So another thing that it's because Sarah dropped me off some little cookies before, and I was really appreciative of them.
I wasn't, because I didn't get to eat them all last night.
Shut up, mate. You always eat them all. I don't eat any. And me and Katie on Wednesday were a little bit bored. Kind of just worked out on the laptop because there's only so long you can just sit there and stare at the computer screen. Clients have dropped off, so I said to Katie, I was like, do you know what? We forget that we've got the Peak District on our doorstep. I was like,
I always do that. It's so easy. That's what I think. Sorry to interrupt you, but I love about Manchester, and I said this to someone while I was in London the last couple of days, that what I don't like about London and why I couldn't live there is it took me 40 from where I was. It took me 40 minutes to then get to the station, and then it took me 2 hours to get to Manchester. Whereas in Manchester, if I went 40 minutes outside of Manchester, I'd be in the bloody wilderness, in the middle of nowhere, fresh air, completely on my own.
That's how long it took us. So we went to a place called Dovestones, which is just past Oldham. Took us 40 minutes to get there from the city centre. We walked up and down the mountain, took us about an hour and a half. We did thrash it a little bit, but it was just a bit of fun for us, Back down, we stopped off for a bite to eat in a hot chocolate. Yeah, we stopped off for a bite to eat in a hot chocolate, and then back. 3 hours round trip. 3 hours. And okay, you might say, well, I haven't got 3 hours, but...
You do now.
You do now. And, on a weekend, you forget it's there. Just wake up nice and early one morning, go out, have a walk. It's easily accessible. If you're in a place where you don't have that, still just get out. Yeah. Get out and get your steps in. One thing that we touched on in episode number 2 was how to reduce body fat. Should we come on to that now, or should we go on to that?
Yeah, keep going, mate. You crack on.
So if your goal is to reduce body fat or to stay in that calorie deficit, remember, actually going to the gym is only 5% towards your calorie output, your energy expenditure. So if your goal is to reduce body fat, then just make sure you're not smashing all the food in.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Yeah, get out, get your steps in. Get the Nicky and Dicky podcast.
Get that on and start doing some crazy...
Get the podcast to you and just listen to us. Go off a little bit more.
Yeah. But that's what it again boils back to, it's okay, right, you might be confined to your living room, but that isn't necessarily going to mean that you now can't achieve what you want to, and take the right steps and the right sort of have the right progress in place to get you there. And it's like I've been saying it to a couple of people that during this time, obviously being probably potentially having a lot more time on our hands, potentially not really being able to go out too much, go to the gym and things, it's an opportunity now to really things that you, as you said before, if you haven't been able to do a press up and you've always wanted to do a press up, this is the time to learn how to do a press up. If you have been wanting to become more mobile and become more flexible, this is the time to focus as well.
Flexibility, don't forget or neglect your flexibility.
Yeah.
Now's the time to learn more about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people, the vast majority of people, come in, smash the gym workouts out, and they just forget all about the
snatch and grab.
Yeah, snatch and grab, smash and grab, however you want to say it, and then forget all about the flexibility. Going into later life, you will.
Yeah, you'll notice it. Yeah.
Again, something that I'm currently working on, something that I'm yet to find out more about, something that I am really forcing myself into to do.
But also, no one's perfect. I do a lot of mobility stuff, and I'm very, very for it. But at the end of the day, I'm still not anywhere near what your body is capable of. Yeah, and like it's things like I've got a very weird lower back. Like I've got a really kyphotic lumbar when the osteopath that I'm seeing at the moment. Actually, I'll give him a bit of a plug. The Movement and Wellbeing Clinic, Ed. He's absolutely quality. So if anyone in Manchester goes check him out. But he described it as a pregnant back. That's what he said. When I sit down, when I first went to him and sat down, he was like, "Wow, it literally looks like you've got a baby bit in your back."
I remember the first time I seen it. Remember we was in Spain playing golf.
Yeah, yeah.
You bent down to get some stuff out of your bag, and the way Alex's lower back goes is it goes straight up like that, and it comes up.
It's like a camel.
Yeah, it's literally like a camel.
Yeah.
it's like he's holding. It's like he's hiding a football.
Yeah, but like you look at that, like the amount I focus on my mobility, and that still hasn't really improved that much over the years. Like it has got better.
Does it give you issues?
Yeah, 100%. But to be fair, since seeing Ed, a lot less. So I drove down to Hereford this weekend, and I texted him saying, "Mate, that's the first time in I can't remember how long where I've driven for potentially just short of 3 hours, and my back didn't hurt. Usually, if I drive half an hour, 40 minutes, my back can hurt." Okay. Or if I sit down for too long, my back hurts. But since seeing Ed, like 100%, the difference is mega. And that was pretty astonishing for me to be able to drive that long, knowing actually it's all right. But that's what I mean. It's like I might promote it and do so much of it, but we've all got things to work on. So
flexibility.
This is the time.
And mobility. I'm going to say it again. Google it.
Yeah.
Yeah. See what's out there. Follow little Dicky on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram.
Yeah, you're pumping. You're on the
I'm starting to put more out there.
Yeah, it's
mobility
good.
And flexibility. Yeah. Your house is the perfect place for it.
Yeah. It's your comfort zone as well. So say, for example, working on something that you might have always wanted to work on, potentially a reason you haven't worked on that before. Let's take a push-up for a prime example because it's a good one. Yeah. You might have not worked on that in the gym because you don't want to feel embarrassed trying to do a push-up when you can't do one, and you don't want people to see you failing at a push-up. Now is your opportunity where you cannot even really potentially get to the gym for, well, you might at the moment, but not very much longer, and you're going to be at home. No one is watching you. No one cares, and you shouldn't care anyway, but no one is watching you, so you should adopt the mindset. It doesn't matter if I go to a push-up and I can't get my chest off the floor. I will work on it and work on it and work on it, so then when you come into your gym environment, it can be your new little party piece, and you can take the break of Corona and take this whole period and take a positive out of the negative, and really now think about I now have a prime opportunity to really now progress in something in my life that I might have not been able to do before because I kept giving myself excuses. You now don't have any excuses.
Work on yourself, work on your own body.
Yeah.
Right now, you've got the perfect excuse to just suck it all off. Yeah. Right now, you have.
Yeah.
Right now, you have the perfect excuse to say, forget that. I'm just going to dig into this big tub of Ben & Jerry's. Yeah.
Yeah, and watch films.
And just back to back watch Netflix series. Yeah. Do you know what? There's nothing wrong with doing things like that. But also, don't neglect your body. Yeah. Health is wealth. Yeah. That's a big thing.
100%.
Yeah.
And also, at this time, your health should be paramount. Like, I've said it a couple times on like social media, my emails to clients. It's as ruthless as it sounds. The people that are the healthiest and fittest in this current time period are the people that are going to survive and recover the fastest. The people that aren't, and they're the people that are sadly, yes, they're the people that are dying, and they're the people that are really, really getting affected by this illness because they're the ones with underlying health conditions. The ones who don't have underlying health conditions potentially are getting it and not even having symptoms because their body is that capable of
just turning it around and adapting to it.
And that's why it's just like, do not neglect it during these times. It should be when you're focusing on it more than ever. And there's never an excuse now to be like, well, I've got no access to it. It's like, no, this is the time. This is your opportunity to work on it more than ever.
So guys, we're going to wrap it up here, right? Just going to run through a quick summary. What we're going to do on this particular podcast as well is we're going to leave some notes, so you can kind of see what we've talked through, and also see the kind of important things. So best exercises to do, majority of body weight, So you want to kind of look at your upper, core, lower, list down a load of exercises for those three particular headings, and just pull workouts out from that. Go on Google, your biggest aid. The biggest aid you've got is Google.
100%.
Do not be afraid, right, to type into Google any type of exercise that you want to do, You will get a massive list of exercises. Household items, there's lots out there for you to utilise. You don't necessarily need to use them. However, they are there for you to help. Benches, tables, bags, stuff like that. Hotel items, same again. Hotel items is pretty much the exact same as your household stuff. But probably a little bit more limited. Best things to buy, rubber bands. Rubber bands are probably up there as the best / skipping rope. Kettlebell, if you've got a few quid. TRX strap, if you've got a few quid.
Dumbbells,
if you want to get, again, if you've got a few quid. And there are a few bits that you could get that you could probably think of, to get. Effective methods of training, there's lots out there. Google different type of HIIT workouts and you will get a massive list of different types of HIIT workouts, and they will explain what each workout is and how you do it. Keep your workouts different and exciting. Keep your mind as active as your body. Going through the same exercises over and over again will destroy you mentally. You'll find them boring and you'll think, forget this, I'm bored of this shit. Change it up. See how far you can push your body. Challenge yourself. And then from there, guys, just remember that only 5% of your energy expenditure is through
exercise.
5% of your energy expenditure is through what you do in the gym. So if your goal is to reduce body fat, guys, I urge you to really make a food diary. Really watch what you're eating. It is so easy to be sat on the sofa and just dip into the fridge every 2 minutes. Go on, mate.
So someone actually sent me a message the other day, saying, "What's your biggest nutrition advice?" And I literally responded to it and I just said, "Track your calories through MyFitnessPal."
It's if you can't measure,
there isn't better. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to give you some magic?
That
is the magic pill.
It is. It's 100% the magic pill, because there's only one thing that controls your body's weight, and that is calories. And the way that you control that is calories in versus calories out. Right?
I feel like you've said that before.
And on that bombshell, troops.
That was at the same time.
We are done.
Laters,
Thank you
team.
for stopping by. We love each and every one of you.
Correct.
Take care.